Hey everybody, thanks for watching. Today we're doing an unboxing video of an outdoor camera we received. You can find this camera available to you on Amazon, and I'll link in the description below on where you can find that. So let's get started. This Amazon product review here of this security camera, brought to you by VIZIUUY. Now, what I like at first is what the box indicates on the outside before we looked inside. I was very impressed with just what it is capable of doing. So let's take a look here. So as you can see that it has a 355 pan zoom and a 90-degree tilt. That is a really nice function to have. There's multiple features on this, including a high-definition video camera, an intercom, SD card reader, and alarm notification. What you'll also need to be aware of is that both the Wi-Fi, if inside, of course, is the camera, the solar panel, the cables, the mount, and what appears to be my Japanese isn't very good, the solar. Here the model is a model V1-5PT, and it has a little resolution information down at the bottom corner. It has a resolution of 5 MP and a lens of 4 millimeters. It has input DC 5 volts at 1 amp. Here's some extra information for you guys on the screen for you. You could look at the product number and of course, there's a lot to it, so let's get started and look a little bit more at the box itself. So let's dive on in and take a look at what is inside. So first off, what's inside? You'll notice that there is a warning sticker. That's the first thing you see, and there's setup instructions and an installation manual. Now the setup instructions, let's look at the camera, shall we? So here I am. I took the camera outside and I wanted to showcase the size of the camera and the two antennas. They do not go 360 degrees around. You'll have to go and make sure that you don't break the antennas when you put them up. Now it does have a card reader at the bottom with a hard soft plastic. It has a power button and a reset button. The camera has LED lights, and it has a really good night vision. You will see right here that there for the mounting to the wall, they have 2 locking pins, and there is a intercom that you can talk. So first off, let's take a look at the solar panel setup that we have. So let's go back inside and take a look, shall we? All right, so I got to sit back down, and the first thing I want to show you is the mount for the solar panel. This, of course, is a very simple design with 3 pieces to work with. You're going to need to disconnect the top portion where you can see that it rotates. I recommend installing the solar panel setup separately when you're doing the camera, just so you can measure correctly to see how far you'll need for that cable to extend, and probably to get a mold. Now you can see that it looks to be fairly simple. You can tell that it is actually quite small in size as I'm measuring here. It's just a little over 10 millimeters, or 10 mils, I guess. Yeah. You can tell that the bracket here that setup itself needs to be displayed a little bit more, and so we're going to take a look at how I'm going to set it up for this video. So I've already installed the solar panel attachment, and I used a screwdriver. I wanted to make sure that I don't break the any part of the plastic in the event that I use too much force when drilling into the dodai, which is the wood I'm using for my demonstration video here. I recommend, of course, putting the connecting piece onto the solar panel first and then twisting it around. You're going to need to make sure again that when you do this installation part, to make sure that the distance you start with should be with how far the solar panel is. So, because there's a lot of cable there, and any excess cable is going to be difficult to maintain later on. You can adjust the solar panel very easily throughout any part of your installation, and you can tighten it really well. The cable, of course, is waterproof, and when it connects to the camera itself, you'll have a better seal, and you'll see this momentarily. Right now I want to talk to you about the camera and the installing of the camera itself into your house. If you're going to install it first, please make sure that you put it in a place where you are most comfortable with, as it will be very difficult to adjust and move later on because of how the bracket is, or how the mold is there. Make sure that you have the antennas facing up. And if you have any problems with the installation part itself, you can always go back and look at this video or other videos to determine which way to install. But it is pretty self-explanatory and very simple, and I'm just going through just here at my desk how the installation would work. I can obviously say that my way of doing a simple installation just for the demonstration is fairly useful. Now what I'm about to do is, of course, connect the two cables to see if there's a charge. Now it's said that if you're going to do this, you should charge the camera first using one of the cables, and then once it's fully charged is to set up the solar panel, and you will actually see a light come on, and then you can start the installation process of the software. So let's take a look here. All right, so very important to have a look at the red light to determine that the power is on. So now that we know that the power is on, now it's time to look how we look at installing the software onto our devices. So this part looks good. I'm satisfied with this. So let's take a look at how it's going to look in the application. So let's take a look at that, okay? All right. Oh. Now, before I go, I just want to make sure that yeah, okay. All right, let's get this outside.
Hold the device power button to start the device.
Okay.
Please reset the device by holding the
All
reset
right,
button
so here
for
we
5
are. We
seconds.
have the
Wait for the indicator light to flash red.
the application up and running, and of course it's in English. The manual I got was in Japanese, so it really wasn't very useful, but I will of course get the English manual later. But the application itself, when I downloaded mine on a tablet, I was able to see this. Now Here we can tell that these functions, they are really simple in design, very easy. You can see that there's a price for the cloud storage. This is in Japanese yen, and I recommend actually getting the cloud storage, even though it's there's an SD card. There's a lot of functions and mobility that you can have for safety when you're out of the house. Now, you can tell that there is a lot of functions on here. You can see that there's a lot of recording, which I already did. There's how you want to look at the setting up, where you can look at either selecting how you want the camera to monitor. So, for example, you have to turn on. You have to look at the devices. You either have the motion sensor, which looks at the either pets, humans, or vehicles. You can set that all up. The intercom, the recording device, the screenshot, and the motion detection, all of these are simple interface designs, especially the way the camera can be viewed from left to right. This is one of my favorite functions, and I've really enjoyed doing this video because me and my son got to have some time looking at how the cameras work. Now, the light function is actually really nice, and when you're outside, you can't really go wrong with having not only a light but also an intercom. And the intercom was actually a really good audio. You can be heard from about 15 feet away, and the outside intercom, which you can hear on your device, was crystal clear from about 25-30 feet away. So you can catch some pretty good conversations. But I would look at, of course, the functionality of the application with the history, the iCloud storage, and if you see that there's a storage option, you can see that it has auto, but you can also upload it to the cloud, or you can transfer it over to your SD card. There's a lot of opportunity to improve and update. You can tell that there's some updates here, but we're not going to do any updating at the moment. So if there's anything that has any difficulty, I don't see any difficulty. It's very self-explanatory. Talking and visual activities for this, the resolution on the camera, both for the day and the night, are actually really nice. I think for the most part, if the camera view were to tilt a little bit, the rotation is really good, but our area is not so clean, so we're not going to be showing that part of the camera to you guys. It looks good. I think that the 5MP in the audio, the storage cloud service option is of course there, even if your device or SD card is damaged, so it's very important to make sure that safety and security is there. So yeah, I like this. Thank you guys very much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Thanks for watching.